Marcelo, thank you for the floor, and I'm very happy to be with you and all people connected today, and in order to give some information about also the company that I'm leading here in Switzerland. I don't know if I can spend a few minutes about myself just to introduce. Yeah, so
anything you want to share, like experience that made you wiser, faster in the past, but it could also be about your company because you're doing super cool stuff that is highly relevant to teenagers. So just pick whatever you like to share over the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So first of all, yes, my name is Silvano Coletti. I'm trained as engineer and backed by Harvard Business School MBA. So I'm the executive director of Chelonia Applied Science, that is an institute located in Basel, hosted by the Innovation Office by the University of Basel. So just a few months ago, so in this challenging time with pandemic, we as Chelonia were to introduce some very important new project to the market and to the international community, like Escalate for COV, and another was Coronavirus Census Collective. So as you know, we are working on science, translational science, and we are working with the top research centers around the world. And today, of course, I want to introduce to all young people. So this very important target audience, what we are doing. So I wanted to talk about a little more about Escalate for COV, and also introduce a new exciting vision that we have about science and translation of science into real life. So talking, of course, about coronavirus, so we know all that is a very important and hot topic around the world. So seems that this year, incredibly, so I want to say, scientific research seems to be more important than in the past. But of course, always is important science for our daily lives. And we understand, it seems that we understood that science is not an abstract entity, but is a need for our future survival on Earth. And we understood also the importance to understand the mechanism of action of the nature to develop a drug or a vaccine in months instead of years. I think that this is extremely important for the young people that want to start also a career. Think about that, the importance of doing science and studying scientific matters. So we realized anyway how magical is the equilibrium that grant us the life. So I want today to bring my passion, of course, to even more people globally. And because this event is dedicated to a very special target audience, I'm even more excited and proud to talk about Chelonia. So let me share some slide that can be useful for talk about the institute. So first of all, so for who is interested, this is our website, chelonia.swiss. I will tell you a lot of things about the institute, that my suggestion is to go also on the website, and if interested, to sign up to our newsletter to be and to stay in touch with us and informed about the new project that we have from the next year. We work as a movement, and we have three key concepts that always design every project where we are involved. The three key concepts are discover, as you see, contribute, and lead. Discover because we believe that applied science and fundamental research serve the international, the community, all the people around the world, and bind also us, them together as never before. So, and discovery is important for us, where Chelonia is involved both in the applied research and fundamental research. And contribute is related to the fact that we are not a pure science organization, but neither a pure application organization. We sit firmly at the intersection of the two, and we always need the minds of the basic scientists and engineers, those in universities and those in industry to work with us. And lead is related to the fact that we need these engineers and these scientists work together with us, often on a single project or in the cauldron created often by the urgency and demands of a global problem. This is the case of course, for instance, of Escalate for CoV as a project fighting coronavirus. We work with really brilliant mind. So we are working with people from CERN in Geneva. We are working with people from Harvard, from MIT, from Shanghai Institute of Materia Medica. So really we are covering the globe with an international community of scientists that I can count probably with more than 2,000 people. And we are focused on use inspired of scientific discoveries. That means that we are interested in the science, in the scientific discovery, but use inspired. So we need that there is a demand from the community, urgent or not urgent, but there is a need from the people that in the future will request a product, a service, or the data that we are able to generate with our project. Large particle accelerator, the genomic platform, the supercomputers are focal point of intellectual curiosity and creativity orchestrated by us. The supercomputers are today the hot topic of our project. So supercomputers means high performance computing, means urgent computing, means thousands of services and data that the people are using every day, but they don't know that comes from the use of these resources that we have available around the world. And as I said, so Chelonia Applied Science is working as a movement. The real forces are the people that are working with us, and every project where we are involved are backed by these four issues that you can see in this slide. First, we want always explainable science. Then we always have a scientific board that guarantee or serve the project, controlling also every step of the project itself. If we are working on a project that requests for fundamental research, we want that the data that we generate serve brains for generating possible value also in applied research. And finally, because this is our life and nation and spending, money from taxpayers, we try to control and to orchestrate at the forefront the project in every step. So this is an organizational architecture, what we propose in every project. And I know that probably the target audience of today is with guys between 15, 17, 20, but they are students, they are people passionate probably about science, and they can work right today with us because they are part of a community, and they are part, probably they represent one of the stakeholders that are part or interested in the project that we are designing. Let's think about a drug development, for instance. In the drug development, we are involved with universities, we are involved with the research institute, we are involved with government, but also with people that have interest in this drug. So association of patient, directly with the patient, also designing new business model in the drug discovery and drug development. And the project that we are managing many often are very costly, but we are very happy to work also with a community of philanthropists and investors that follow up our project. And I want to say today also news that probably next year we will put in place a crowdsourcing platform that will make available to all the people and scientists and people passionate about science some tool to be part directly of the project, investing on the project or being part of the human resources directly involved in. As I said, we have a very outstanding scientific committee in the company. Arya Warshel, Nobel Prize 2013 in chemistry, is considered the father of computational chemistry and is the chair of our board, but at the same time also of the board of Mediate, that is another project in the framework of Escalate for COV. I will tell you more later on. Arya Warshel is an emeritus professor from today from University of Southern California. And James Beckham is another fantastic, great communicator working with us as ambassador at large. Is a physicist from CERN, Atlas Project. You probably know about James Beckham because you can find on YouTube, and you will find a lot of TED Talk with James that communicate, disseminate the result of research, but make passionate a lot of youngest people around the world. And also he will do that, he does that also in a very special way, sometimes very eclectic. This is the scientific committee we have today with most of the people also that I mentioned before. So Ari Wolschen, Beckham, Igor Tektok, apostle of many people from around the world, from different countries. And now let me also give you some showcases, some projects that we are working today. So this is probably the most visible project we are working on, Escalate for COV. Escalate is a public-private consortium funded by the European Commission. So we are exploiting the best computing resources available in Europe to find a new therapeutic candidate against coronavirus. So I suggest to all people interested to visit the website escalateforcov.eu, where they can find really a lot of information, scientific information, but not only. And you see all here also the 18th name of members of the consortium, coordinated by Dompe Farmaceutici, that is an Italian pharma corporation, and of course Chelonia, that is a member of this consortium, and we are leading the work package on dissemination and communication. Mediate.escalateforcov.eu is a new project in the framework, as I said, of Escalate for COV, means molecular docking at home. Of course, this probably bring to the mind the fact that today, of course, Many of us are in a sort of a quarantine in at home, and they cannot move. They have in some part of the world a lockdown, and this is happen also for the scientists. So we are providing computing resources at home to the researchers, to the scientists around the world, sharing with them libraries of compounds for doing repositioning of drug molecules, but also finding really new molecules that could be candidate against the viral protein. If you want to, of course, I can go further in details, but maybe that became something too technical for the audience now. Coronavirus Sciences Collective is another project that we co-founded with the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel, MIT, and Broad Institute, and I'm very honored also to be a co-author of this Nature Medicine article published last June. The intention of this project is to collect all the data from the tracking tool around the world related to the COVID-19 patients and doing machine learning and data management at global level. So you can find also a website, and you can visit coronavirus-census-collective.org. Another project, and this is the last one that I want share with you all today, is the Knowledge Transfer Upper Rhine project, where we are part as a member of the scientific board. This is a project that is trying to make closer the collaboration between the three regions, Germany, France, and Switzerland, doing technology transfer and facilitating also the sharing of idea, the sharing of project, and also facilitating the birth of new venture, new startup also from young scientists in these regions. So this is more or less all what today I can provide as information as Chelonia. But of course, as I said, we have a website where all the people can go, can link, and also they can also join the conversation that we are leading on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn every day. So we remain available, of course, for all people to know more, and eventually also, as I said, if they can go and sign up to our newsletter, they can stay in touch with us, and eventually also to know of some new award that we are launching in 2021 next year, also for young scientists. Thank you, Marcello.
Thanks so much, Valman. I have a very generic question. The name Chelonia comes from turtle, right? So
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more why you guys picked a turtle as your symbol? Just slowly but surely.
Yes, so the turtle is going slowly, yes, as you said, but is a symbol of protection also in some part of the world, especially in Asia. And by the way, is an animal that I love. And so I founded the company in 2002, and I decided to give this name, thinking about this biological species, and also to give also a sense of protection to our partner, to our client.
Yeah, and also not many people realize that turtles have been around for maybe 300 million years, so they're very adaptable as well.
Yeah. This is true, and this is also part of the story of Chelonia, because Chelonia was funded by as a spin-off of a venture with Nomura, the Bank of Japan,
Mhm.
and the very beginning. So the scope, the mission of Chelonia was quite different, because it was a sort of holding managing equity risk participation, my equity risk participation as a business angel. But so year by year, with a very small team, we realized that the kind of know-how, talent, skill in-house available probably was interesting also for third parties. And we started, let's say, as a joke, with uh, with some friend of our and client and partner. But then, in a very few and short time, we understood that also very large corporation was interested in the services, and especially in the support that we are able to bring today to the R&D market.
One specific question I have when it comes to teenager involvement is that there's a TED talk about, I believe, a 12-year-old who is a published author of a scientific paper. And
Mhm.
you may want to watch that TED talk considering your line of work. But my question to you is, like, how can you get teenagers to participate in science to the extent in which they can actually be credited as co-authors of a paper?
So first of all, from our point of view, of course, the teenagers audience is extremely important, because they are the future scientists that will collaborate with us in the project. And what I can say now, more than the fact that how they can participate in the publishing of paper, that, and I have something to say also on that. But first of all, I want to mention the fact that what we are trying to do is to build a community, an international community, and we are interested in to involve the teenagers also from colleges, for instance, high school, that want to be ambassador, let's say, for Chelonia in their community. This is extremely important for us. And regarding also a collaboration more, let's say, more scientific, so the involvement of teenagers in projects that we are developing today, maybe with papers and so on. So I want to say that if we know that there is a specific interest from them, we take care about the information, and we can involve them as stakeholders of the project. Because of course, if we are talking about robotics, that is a market that we cover in research and development, or we are working about rare disease, or we are working on, I don't know, something related to the data management, the big data, maybe they can be part of our community, supporting us, providing data, for instance, through their smartphone, through their access to resources, to local resources that where we do not have access. So just to say that the teenagers, again, are extremely important for us. They are part of the community that we are covering, but I want to say again that they are the future scientists that we hope will collaborate with us.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to make sure that you're removing the fear of the unknown, right? You go like, oh no, science is something for the grown-ups. You go like, well, science is built by everybody. You know, if you're not the one studying, you're the one being studied, right? So you're either a subject of course, it's more for socioeconomic sciences rather than natural sciences. But chunking it, making the involvement more affordable, so to say, from the perspective of a teenager, just by collecting data from the country, right? So you have a
Yes.
set of
Yeah.
simple tasks and say, and this is something that they can be really proud of. They can say that they participated in a study, they added value to an official outcome, and
Yes.
on a more pragmatic sense, which is in their own self-interest, they can put that in the university application, and people
Yeah.
will take them seriously because they will stand out. They go like, "What?
Yes.
You're a contributor to a scientific paper? Amazing! Right? No, how did that happen?" So I definitely would like to continue the conversation, try to understand how we can get more teenagers involved in existing projects, and show them that it's actually not that hard and can be a lot of fun. We'll be hanging out with very interesting people who will be very caring. Clearly, if you're working with a PhD as a teenager, the PhD is not very likely to think that you're going to be stealing his or her job, which is something that happens in a work environment. So the teenagers have very little to lose and a lot to gain. And this is one of the reasons why we do what we do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I want to underline again what you said. So the teenagers are for us also the, how can I say, uh, people that can bring to us data that can be extremely useful for the project that we are working on. That's the reason why I say that. So stay in touch with us through the social channels, through the newsletter, because very frequently we launch project where the stakeholders, and so that means the people around the world, so that means also the teenagers, can help us in collecting data. And again, as you said, so don't worry about science, because science seems to be something of very complicated, but is our life. So as whatever what we are doing every day. So the fact that we are making some decision, we are working with our iPhone, and we are doing taking care of our healthcare. So this for us is science. Then we can, of course, cover the activities that we have every day with different angles. So with a different deep knowledge, with a different deep scientific approach. But at the end of the day, all the people can work with us every day.
Yeah, this is really great. I mean, especially because being a community is a lot easier for you to interface with other communities, right? So the interface doesn't have to be rigid. It's like the square peg and the round hole is basically whatever common interests can be shared, then they could last for a few hours during a conference call, or they could be a lifetime career. So it's
Yeah.
definitely great to have you here as a speaker. Love to help the work you're doing, and in our case, we'll be sending lots of teenagers your way. And let's continue the conversation. I mean, being based in Switzerland, I guess will be easier for us to meet in person at some point in time in the near future when COVID permits. And in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Marcello, for this opportunity. Thank you.